Bonjour à tous, bienvenue à WQE. Oh, hang on, I'm just trying to, yeah, here we go. So before we make a start, I just want to point out to you that if you have any questions at all that I have not answered during our session, so the first part of the session, I'm going to be talking to you about French at WQE, what we do, how we do French at WQE. So hopefully that will answer a lot of your questions. But if you have any more questions at all that I have not answered, please feel free to use the Q&A button and write your questions, and hopefully we'll have 5 minutes at the end of the session to give me time to answer any questions that I perhaps have not answered. Okay. Right, so studying French at WQE College, what does it entail? How do we do it? So here's a lovely picture of the main building at WQE, if you have not been here before. So let me talk to you first of all about the lessons and the work. So in normal times, this is not COVID times, but hopefully by September, COVID will be a thing of the past and we will be back to normal sessions. So to a normal kind of school day. So you will get specifically 4 hours and 40 minutes per week with your classroom teacher for French, or for all languages for that matter, which is basically 4 sessions of 1 hour and 10 minutes. So yes, 1 hour and 10 minutes per week will also be dedicated to a session in small groups with the language assistant. So we have 2 language assistants who are both French, who will help you with conversation practice and to really get comfortable in speaking. So this in total means that you will have contact, direct face-to-face contact with French speakers for 5 hours and 50 minutes, so nearly 6 hours a week. So compared to what you are perhaps getting at GCSE in year 11, it is a lot more, which means that you will be progressing very quickly. On top of these nearly 5 hours of face-to-face with a main classroom teacher, plus the extra hour and 10 minutes a week, you are also expected to spend around 5 hours per week outside of your lessons working on homework assignments, but also independent learning. So what do we mean by independent learning? So your teachers, your French teacher will be setting you French homework each week, but on top of this, you also have to think about any perhaps weaknesses that you might have in French. Perhaps something that you struggled with might be grammar, or it could be listening, and you're expected to be working independently on those skills that you find maybe a little bit trickier of your own accord, and really trying to think about what it is that you need to do to improve, and working on those to hopefully make up a total of around 5 hours per week. So for you to achieve and to do really well, you need to really get to grips with the idea that it's not enough to just attend the lessons, but also you have to do some independent learning. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the topics that are studied in year 1, which is the equivalent of year 12. We just call it year 1 here at WQE. So first of all, for the first few weeks coming into the college, we will do something called bridging the gap. So basically, it is doing quite a lot of grammar. The reason why we choose to do this at WQE is because as opposed to a more standard secondary school where a lot of the students would have gone through year 7 to year 11 and would be staying on to do their A-levels in the same secondary school, here at WQE College, we have students who come from the whole region, the whole of Leicestershire, from a wide variety of schools, some of which will have done lots of grammar with their teachers and some of which will have done hardly any grammar at all. So really it's about leveling up with the grammar and ensuring that everyone has the right basis and all the tools that you need to really be able to express yourselves, for example, in the speaking sessions, but also in writing. So this bridging the gap is really important. So we cover all the main tenses, we cover all the main grammar points. For those of you who have already done loads and loads of grammar and who are very comfortable with grammar, it will be a nice opportunity for you to kind of sit back, relax, do a bit of revision, and it's quite nice and easy to start the year. For those of you who haven't done any grammar or who have hardly done any at all, it will be a really good opportunity to get to grips with all these important grammar points. So good for everyone and really, really important. Then we move on to the topic of family. So what's quite interesting for you to know is that as opposed to perhaps the topics that you'll have studied for your GCSEs in French, where very much the focus is on yourselves. So if you have already studied the topic of family, it would have been for your GCSEs, it would have been all about your family, how many brothers and sisters you have, what your parents do, if you get on well with your siblings and that sort of thing. The topics that we, for A-level, they have a completely different angle and perspective, because when we talk about family, it is family in French-speaking societies. So we talk about what goes on in France, but also in Quebec, in Belgium, in the Ivory Coast, or wherever French is spoken. So it's quite interesting. It means that you're going to be learning a lot about the society and the culture of French-speaking countries. So it's quite a different angle from what you would have done at GCSE. So with family, for example, we talk about the trends, the divorce rate, the different types of families that could be single parent families, same-sex families, versus traditional families. So we look at the evolution of families in the past 50 years, that sort of thing. Then we'll be talking about heritage in French-speaking countries. So looking at all the different monuments, what exactly heritage means. Is it just monuments and museums, or can it also be food, music, culture, literature, that sort of thing? Then we move on to cyber society and technology. So talking about, again, the evolution of technology in French-speaking countries, but also perhaps the dangers that cyber society poses, like cyber terrorism or perhaps cyberbullying. We then move on to music. So in that topic, of course, we listen to a lot of French-speaking music. It's usually a very popular topic with students. But again, we look at not just your personal musical taste, but perhaps what are the challenges for French-speaking music in our global world. For instance, the kind of threat of American music or English-speaking music, and the fact that perhaps not as many people as before listen to French-speaking music in French-speaking countries. Then we move on to the world of volunteering, and we'll be studying and looking at lots of different charities, what kind of work is entailed in volunteering or in the volunteering world, and who is being helped with all this volunteering. And finally, one last topic is cinema. So again, we look at the importance of film and cinema. We look at the origins of cinema, which were born in France, so it's quite interesting. We look at when and where exactly cinema was born, who invented it, and again, the trends of cinema in French-speaking world. To finish year one, we will do a film analysis. The film is called La Haine, which translates as hate. in English, and it's a really gritty film, usually hugely popular with students. Students normally really enjoy studying this film. It is basically the story of three young men who live in the disadvantaged suburbs of Paris, and they are faced with police brutality and racism on a daily basis. And we're basically following these three men over the course of 24 hours. It's a really great film. I've been teaching it for years, and I really love teaching it. Right, very quickly. Oh yes, cultural trip to Paris. Of course, COVID notwithstanding, hopefully there will be a cultural trip to Paris. Usually is where we tend to go. But yeah, we've had some great trips in the past involving boat trip on the River Seine, going up the Eiffel Tower. What else have we done? A cooking lesson, which is always really good fun. Visiting Versailles, the palace, etc., etc. So a great few days in France. Very briefly, our year 2 topics. When you get to year 13, so we talk about diversity, multiculturalism, and what positive what positives it gives to a society. Then we talk about young people and how politically engaged, or maybe not politically engaged, they are nowadays. Then we move on to social exclusion and marginalization. Then we talk about demonstrations and strikes, which are very much a national sport in France. And moving on to criminality, we talk about the prison system in France and also the other types of sanctions that may exist. And finally, we talk about politics and immigration. So as you can see, they're quite heavier topics in year 2, but also really interesting. And you will learn a lot about, like I've said before, French society and also French-speaking countries, their societies. Finally, we will do a literature theme to finish the year. We will be studying a novel called Noez-moi by a French author called Delphine de Vigan. And she basically, the story of the book is a friendship between a very gifted young teenager of 13 who is so gifted that she's 2 years ahead in school. So it's her friendship with a young homeless woman, which ties in very well with our topic of social exclusion and marginalization. So there you go. That's a brief snapshot of what we study here at WQE. Okay, so if you want to make a note of this, my recommendation, if you are serious about doing French for your A-levels, would be for you to focus on grammar. This summer, you are perhaps familiar with a website called Languages Online. So there's the direction. It is great for grammar, a brilliant website to get to grips with the main tenses. So I would recommend that perhaps you focus on the present, the simple future, and maybe the perfect tense, starting with these three. And just really getting to grips with them. That would be a good way to use your time if you want to be prepared for coming to A-level, because it is quite a big step up for any subject, but for French also. So it's a good idea. As I've told you already, we start with bridging the gap. So we will be starting by doing quite a bit of grammar. So it's a good idea to get a head start. Ok, maintenant, on va faire un petit exercice d'écoute. Donc, je vais vous parler, je vais vous donner des informations sur moi et donc, vous allez essayer de prendre un maximum de notes. Donc, j'espère que vous avez tous un papier et un stylo et donc, vous allez, s'il vous plaît, prendre des notes. Je vais vous parler de moi, de ma famille, etc., etc. Et donc, c'est pour tester votre écoute. D'accord? Alors, vous allez devoir remplir ces informations. Donc, quel est mon nom, mon âge, ma nationalité, ma ville d'origine et ma région d'origine. Je vais aussi vous parler de mes études, de ma famille, de mes enfants. Et puis pour finir, je vais aussi vous parler de mes passe-temps, de mes hobbies et de mes projets de vacances. Donc, prenez un stylo, un papier et vous prenez des notes. Vous pouvez prendre les notes en anglais ou en français, comme vous préférez, mais vous devez essayer d'écrire un maximum de détails. Alors, pour commencer, je vais vous dire mon nom. Donc, je m'appelle Caroline Bellefille. Et donc, Bellefille, ça s'écrit B-E-L-F-I-E. Alors ensuite, mon âge, eh bien, j'ai 39 ans et vous aurez peut-être deviné que ma nationalité, eh bien, je suis française. D'accord? Donc, j'espère que vous prenez tous des notes. Ensuite, ma ville d'origine. Alors, je viens d'une ville dans le nord-est de la France et cette ville s'appelle Reims. Reims, en anglais, souvent, ça se prononce Reims, mais en français, on dit Reims. Et Reims, ça s'écrit R-E-I-M-S. D'accord? R-E-I-M-S. Et donc, Reims se situe dans une région qui s'appelle la Champagne. Donc, je viens de la région de la Champagne. Et c'est l'endroit, c'est la région où on fabrique le champagne. Ensuite, pour mes études, alors, j'ai commencé avec des études de traduction et d'interprétation en français, en anglais et aussi en espagnol, donc en 3 langues, français, anglais, espagnol. Et puis ensuite, j'ai décidé de faire un master en études internationales, donc un master en études internationales, et je me suis spécialisée dans les conflits internationaux, donc les guerres et les conflits internationaux. Et donc, j'ai fait ça à Barcelone. Donc, j'ai habité, pour mon master, j'ai habité à Barcelone pendant 2 ans. Alors, maintenant, je vais vous parler de ma famille. Alors, mes parents, mon père et ma mère sont retraités, c'est-à-dire qu'ils ne travaillent plus maintenant, ils sont tous les deux trop vieux, trop âgés, donc ils sont tous les deux retraités. Et j'ai aussi 2 frères et une sœur, d'accord? Donc 2 frères et une sœur. Alors, j'ai aussi des enfants. Donc j'ai 2 enfants. J'ai un garçon qui s'appelle Tom et Tom, il a 13 ans, d'accord? Donc Tom a 13 ans, il est en Year 8. Et puis j'ai aussi une petite fille qui s'appelle Rose. Et Rose a 8 ans, 8 ans et demi. Et donc elle est en Year 4. Voilà, donc 2 enfants, un garçon et une fille. Alors maintenant, je vais vous parler de mes passe-temps. Alors, qu'est-ce que j'aime faire? Eh bien, j'adore voyager. Malheureusement, avec Covid, en ce moment, c'est difficile, mais j'adore les voyages. J'aime aussi beaucoup lire. Et donc, par exemple, en ce moment, je suis en train de lire Les Misérables. Donc, c'est Les Misérables de Victor Hugo. C'est un classique de la littérature française et c'est un livre passionnant, merveilleux, mais très, très long. C'est énorme, mais c'est très bien. J'adore aussi le sport, donc je vais par exemple à la gym et j'essaie aussi d'aller à la piscine, donc j'essaie de nager 2 fois par semaine. J'aime aussi beaucoup le jardinage, donc je travaille dans mon jardin et puis j'aime les vieilles voitures, les classiques. Donc par exemple, j'ai une voiture qui s'appelle une Figaro qui a 30 ans, donc j'adore les vieilles voitures. Et puis, j'aime aussi l'art, car je suis très créative et j'aime la musique et la mode. Donc, voilà pour mes passe-temps. Enfin, mes projets de vacances. Qu'est-ce que je vais faire pendant les grandes vacances cet été? Donc, j'ai prévu d'aller au Pays de Galles, donc pas très très loin, à 4 heures d'ici. Donc, le Pays de Galles, je vais faire ça pendant une semaine. Et puis, je vais aussi faire du camping à Rutland Water. Voilà, donc ça, c'est pour mes projets de vacances. Voilà, alors j'espère que vous avez réussi à écrire un maximum d'informations et que je n'ai pas parlé trop vite pour vous. Alors, on va corriger très très vite. Donc, voici les informations. Donc, mon nom, c'était Caroline Bellefille. J'ai 39 ans. J'espère que vous avez réussi à entendre l'âge, que vous n'avez pas eu de problème avec les chiffres. Ensuite, ma nationalité, évidemment, je suis française. Alors, ma ville d'origine, c'est Reims. Et donc, ma région, c'est la Champagne. Je ne vous avais pas dit que j'habite en Angleterre depuis 2005. Ensuite, les études. Donc, j'espère que vous avez compris que j'ai fait des études de traduction et d'interprétation en 3 langues, donc le français, l'anglais, mais aussi l'espagnol. Et puis après, j'ai fait un master en études internationales et je me suis spécialisée dans les conflits internationaux, les conflits ou les guerres internationales. Alors, quoi d'autre? Ma famille, donc mon père et ma mère sont retraités, c'est-à-dire qu'ils ne travaillent plus. Et puis, j'ai 2 frères et une sœur. Mes enfants, donc j'ai un garçon qui s'appelle Tom, qui a 13 ans, et une fille qui a 8 ans. Ensuite, pour mes passe-temps, je vous ai dit que j'adore voyager, j'aime aussi lire. Et donc, par exemple, je lis Les Misérables en ce moment. J'aime aussi faire du sport, par exemple la gym et la piscine 2 fois par semaine. J'aime le jardinage, les vieilles voitures. Je suis très créative, donc j'aime aussi l'art, la musique et la mode. Et pour finir, mes projets de vacances, eh bien, j'ai prévu d'aller au Pays de Galles pendant une semaine et puis je vais faire du camping à Rutland Water. Très bien. Alors, maintenant, on va faire un petit exercice de lecture. OK. Donc, vous allez, s'il vous plaît, donc, so I'm going to switch back to English here, I think. Oh, yes, okay, we're going to do this. So, switching back to English. So, on the left-hand side, in the blue frame, you have the different topics that you, if you come here to WQE, are going to be studying in the first year. And on the right-hand side, in the circle, you have a sentence, and that sentence is something that you would find on a card, on a speaking card that we use to practice for the oral exam. Reading that sentence in the circle, can you try to work out of these 7 different topics that we're going to be studying in year 1, which of these topics this circle or this sentence is relating to. So I'll read it for you. Les stations de radio françaises sont obligées de diffuser un minimum de 40% de chansons d'artistes francophones pour protéger la musique française contre l'influence anglophone. Donc, est-ce que c'est la famille en voie de changement, la cybersociété, le rôle du bénévolat, une culture fière de son patrimoine, la musique francophone contemporaine, le 7e art ou le film qu'on va étudier, La haine de Mathieu Kassovitz. Alors, j'espère que vous avez trouvé. C'était évidemment la musique francophone contemporaine. D'accord? Alors, on continue. Une deuxième phrase. Chaque année, plus de 20 millions de Français donnent du temps gratuitement aux autres, par exemple en distribuant de la nourriture ou en faisant des collectes d'argent pour la lutte contre le cancer, etc. Alors, je vous donne 10 secondes pour choisir le thème. Which theme is it going to be? So it's all about picking out specific keywords that are going to help you to establish which of the topics it is. Et le thème est le rôle du bénévolat, donc le bénévolat volunteering. On continue. En 2015, la France était la première destination touristique mondiale avec 83,7 millions de visiteurs étrangers qui viennent admirer ses monuments, sa magnifique architecture et ses beaux paysages. Alors, le thème, c'est une culture fière de son patrimoine. En anglais, patrimoine heritage. D'accord? On continue. Vince, Saïd et Hubert sont 3 jeunes qui habitent dans la banlieue de Paris et qui sont confrontés à la brutalité policière dans leur vie quotidienne. Okay, so which is it? Which of the topics? Hopefully, you've all worked out. It is the final topic here at the bottom. It is the film that we will be studying, La haine. On continue. Selon une enquête du ministère de l'Éducation nationale, un collégien sur 5 a été victime d'insultes ou d'humiliations par SMS ou sur Internet. Okay, so here, of course, the keywords victime d'insultes, d'humiliation, Internet, of course. Et donc, le thème, c'est la cybersociété. On continue. En avril 2013, à la suite de longs débats au Parlement, la France est devenue le 14e pays à légaliser le mariage entre deux partenaires de même sexe. Et donc là, ici, nous parlons de la famille en voie de changement. Donc, c'était le premier thème, la famille en voie de changement. Très bien. Et pour finir, la Palme d'Or décernée chaque année au Festival de Cannes est le trophée le plus prestigieux dans le monde cinématographique français. Et donc ça, c'était bien sûr le 7e art. Le 7e art, c'est notre manière à nous, en France, de parler du cinéma. Donc le 7e art, c'est un synonyme du cinéma. D'accord? Très bien. Guys, I had another activity for you, but unfortunately, we only have 4 minutes left. So what I'm going to do now is to check the Q&A because we have 2 questions. So one question from Millie. Which exam board do you use? It is, Millie, it is AQA, okay? So that's the question answered. Will you be teaching the French class next year? It won't be me, I'm afraid, Millie. I am moving on to become a florist, actually, so it won't be me, but we have a great French teacher called Yann, who will be doing all of the French classes, and he's wonderful. He's French, and he's a great, great teacher. What are the average class sizes? Good question, Arlo. So it is roughly between 15 and 20. We are very lucky that languages are very popular, especially French, at WQE, and therefore we have very healthy class sizes, which is much nicer than if you have just 2 or 3 students, which can be a little bit boring sometimes, and there's just a lot more interaction. It means we can do plenty of group work, pair work. It's just a really healthy number as far as class sizes are concerned. Now we have 2 minutes left. Do we have any more questions? Take advantage now, don't hesitate. Now, do we get resources such as Memrise? That's a good question, Abby. I'm not actually familiar with Memrise. However, what we do have is we use a great textbook, and we have the digital version of the textbook, which the students can access from home. So it is called Caboodle, and the textbook is wonderful. You can do listening activities, you can do reading, translation, etc. So we don't use Memrise, but we use Caboodle, which is our digital textbook, which is brilliant. Right, any more questions at all before we wrap it? Anything at all? I'm just making sure that I haven't missed any note. That's it. Okay, well, in that case, I wish you all the best with your GCSE results, and hopefully you'll be coming to WQE next year. It's a wonderful environment to learn. Okay, on that note, have a wonderful summer, and see you soon, guys. Bye-bye. Au revoir.